Ladies and gentlemen, we have a new guest today, okay? We have Mike from Dirty Jobs. I don't know if you guys remember Dirty Jobs. Literally, I remember being on the weekend, coming home, being with my parents and watching this fascinating show where he goes and works a lot of the jobs that a lot of Americans don't want to work, right? Really interesting. And then also we have Michael Knowles. And basically, the conversation is this, right? The conversation is, why is it that these people who are more woke, let's just call it as it is, right? Mainly the youngins, right? Not everybody, but a good amount of them. Why don't they want to work? What happened to that grit? What happened to the American dream? What happened to all of these things that we looked up to and inspired to? And what's causing that decline, right? And for me, honestly, I believe that it is a lot of these apps, you understand? But I do think it's a lack of discipline. I think it's a lack of, just having a routine, having structure in your life. I feel like a lot of people do not have that. Not to get on a motivational tangent, right? But that's just my personal opinion. But let's see what he has to say, okay? We getting right into it. If you're sensitive, there's the door. Let's rock.
Oh my God!
But first, we have a number of videos, even TikToks. Take it away.
What about, so are you anti, capitalism? You don't like people with money and like that?
Well, I mean, the thing...
Because I'm rich as...
Well, I mean...
Do you think if you worked as hard as I was rich as I was, had a house in Nantucket, vacationed on the beach, had beautiful sunsets at the galley, you'd be walking around with a mask on right now?
No, I'm not going to betray my values for that. I'm not going to build myself up by exploiting other people's labor and, push my way to the top that way.
Have you ever been in Nantucket?
No.
Oh my God, who's
Portnoy.
that guy? I know that guy figures something out. He and that other guy in the mask probably has never been to Nantucket. No. I was talking to my friend Andrew Clavin, and he said he's an artist, barefoot teller of tales. He's dedicated his whole life, foregone a lot of money that he could have made, and other things. But he loves his work. But then one time he was invited onto a yacht, and he said, Michael, at that moment I realized every minute of my life that had not been spent making money was wasted. I should have gone for it.
I thought you were going to say, every minute of my life that I've spent not on a yacht is tragedy.
Yeah, tomato.
Uh-oh, look what Daddy did.
Oh, hi. Didn't see you there.
The poor kid out there, the communist with the mask on, all of them say, in order to make money, I would have to lose all my values. And there's a way, you can make an idol out of money. That's a bad thing, but
Terrible
people get the line wrong, though. They say that money is the root of all evil. That's not what the line says.
Right.
The line says the love of money is the root of all evil.
Right.
You make an idol, but having nice things and being able to do good for that's not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing.
Look, I also have to say, too, that anybody who has a thought that they wish to express, but then chooses to remain anonymous, you're welcome to do it, right? It's your right to do it, but I think it's our right, and maybe even incumbent upon us to weigh and measure the decision to remain anonymous through the lens of cowardice.
Yeah.
Because I don't know how to think of it any other way.
Yeah, that's right. Next one.
We're here at a climate strike blockade. Hundreds of climate activists have shut down traffic for the day. We're out here talking to them, asking them, do they have jobs? Did you get the day off work today to come out and do this?
My situation with work was I helped through a rough management transition, and they gave me a chance to take an extended break.
Did you get the day off work to do this today?
The what?
Did you get the day off work to come out here and do this?
No, I did not. I'm skipping work.
Can I ask what you do?
I'm an artist. I work at a gallery in Rockville, and I weld things together. I'm a handyman.
Is your boss all right, you think, with you coming out here and skipping work?
Yeah, no, probably not.
Can I ask, did you get the day off work to come out and strike today?
I'm self-employed, so I'll just put 2 more hours at the end of the day.
Can I ask what you do for a living?
I'm a full-time artist, art educator, and arts activist.
Is it justified to take off work to go to a climate protest?
That's a great word, justified.
I'm going to interject before they do. This is a part of what I was talking about, right? There's nothing wrong with protesting. There's nothing wrong with going out and vocalizing your opinion. But taking off work, especially if you got a family to feed and provide for, in my opinion, it's unacceptable. You understand what I'm saying? That's just my opinion. All right. Especially those that have responsibility. Just saying. That's just me. All right. Let me know if you guys agree, or maybe am I bugging?
And also a great series, by the way. You know, if you're an employee, you're in a relationship, and you're in a relationship with your employer. And that question, in my estimation, can only be answered by the employer. It's simply not up to the employee. They have the right to do it, obviously.
Yeah.
It's guaranteed in their Constitution. Do they have permission?
No. No. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. No. 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 No.
I guess they have the right to show up to some silly protest. But
Sure.
Because I'm thinking if I asked Jeremy Boring here or
Yeah.
Ben Shapiro, you know, I'm going to take off work to go to a climate protest.
Yeah.
Once they got done laughing, I think I'd be thrown out the window.
So before we just immediately assume that that would be the outcome, what I would suggest, and again, take it for what it's worth, I'm not an expert, but I've been in this business for a while. If you're going to talk to Jeremy or Ben about that very thing, you make sure that these guys film it.
Oh, good.
Because what you're going to get
is one good piece of content out the door.
TV gold.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Got it. Next one.
I spend most of my days in a job that I don't want to be at, but I have to be at. And then when I'm not at this job, I'm too tired and drained to do anything but nothing. So I don't even advance in my life. And people say, like, get another job or whatever, but I don't want another job. I don't want to keep working for other people for the rest of my life. Like, I want to fulfill my dreams. I want to do what makes me happy. I don't want to keep fulfilling someone else's dream and making their business successful. Like, I want to make my business successful. I don't even have a business, but I would if I wasn't broke. It's just so that we all have to keep doing stuff that we don't even want to do just for the sake of survival. This is probably why we're all so unhappy. Anyway, rant over.
When you walk through a storm, keep your head held high, and don't be afraid of the dark. I mean, wow.
No, but on all seriousness, I'm going to address what she said real quick, right? So she's talking, and this is for everybody that's maybe interested in starting business. I'm not trying to pitch you guys on business stuff, although I do that as well. But I think the biggest problem is not taking action, right? Talking about it is one thing. And I think a lot of people don't even know they have the problem, right? You are who you become. The things that you do during the day is who you are. So if you lounge around and you're going to work and you're coming home and you're turning on the TV and you're not really getting after it, then you're not going to amount to much. I'm just going to tell it to you straight. That's really what it is. I know this is a fun video and they're chilling, but I mean, I want 2025 to be really good for all of you. Having fun is good. Laughing is good. And I know you guys come to these videos for entertainment, but I really do want you guys to have a really, really awesome, amazing 2025. And the way to do that is by taking massive action, right? You guys have been watching me for a while. You guys see, you know, I started this channel and I saw an opportunity and I took massive action, right? Remember when we used to upload 2 times a day, constantly every day, grinding, hustling? I used to record 4 videos a day just to keep up with the amount of volume we were putting out on this channel. I think we have over 100 videos at this point now, right? Probably well over that. And that has a lot to do with it. So not to get on too much of a rant, you know what I mean? But yeah, I just had to, you know, give you the, back to the video.
I forgot you were a singer.
Well, first I started chopping vegetables, and then I worked my way into the opera. And eventually I worked my way up to the sewer.
Gene, excuse me, this is fascinating, but what the hell are we squatting in?
You know, it's really interesting. I was reading the other day, 70% of people, when polled, would answer in the affirmative to, yes, I would like to run my own business. 6%, of course, wind up doing that.
Right.
She has not yet learned, I'm afraid, that the learning curve into the world she's imagining is more like a right angle.
That's a nice way of putting it. It's like a right angle. Because she says she wants something, but she doesn't seem to know what she wants. She says, I don't know what my business is, but I would have one if I had more money. And when you mention most people say they want to run a business, I do have businesses. I'm an owner of businesses, and I don't want to run a business because I know enough about running a business to know how deeply unpleasant it is a lot of the time. So I actually like working for other people, and the sympathy I have for her is this: she's a young woman, and she says, "I don't want to go work at the widget factory for Dr. McGillicuddy for the rest of my life making widgets." Okay, call me old-fashioned. There used to be something called the home economy. There used to be this thing called marriage, and people they get married. They'd sometimes have kids. It's rare these days, and they would sometimes the wife wouldn't go work in the widget factory. But where she's totally wrong is she says, "I don't want to work for someone else." You always work for someone else. Of course, the CEO works for someone. The chairman of the board ends up where everybody is.
We're working for your viewers.
Right.
You work for them, right? Them.
Well, back to work.
Interesting to see billionaire discourse on Twitter. Like, someone will be like, being a billionaire is bad. And people are like, well, so-and-so does good things with their money. And it's like, no, if you're a billionaire, that's bad. I had a friend ask me once, yeah, but what if you become a billionaire one day? And I'm like, then I will have become a bad person. Like, it's not different just because it's me. Like, it is immoral to hoard that much wealth when there are people living in poverty. I don't know. But then you can't explain it to people. I guess people think they'll be a billionaire someday, and they're like, I don't want to pay that much money. And it's like,
here's my problem. Stop. I'm sorry, y'all. Just you're gonna have to bear with me because I couldn't hear any more of this. Here's my biggest problem. Okay, I don't have a problem. I have a problem with the fake gurus. I don't have a problem with billionaires, real people that actually have done, like Elon Musk, like people who are very innovative and have created things that we use on a day-to-day basis. That is just life. That's the way it is, right? That the money flow. That's where the money's flowing. Millions of people are buying his Teslas, so he's making a profit. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's how it works. The people that are poor, and I understand her point, but the people that are poor, again, they're not. There's a reason. Nobody's poor for no reason, just like how nobody's rich for no reason. Okay. Now, I am not talking about the people that were born in an unfortunate circumstance. You have people that were born in maybe in another country, a third world country, and they were born in a circumstance that they can't help. That is completely different. I more so understand that point, but something tells me she ain't talking about that. Back to the video.
you should, though. If you have that much money, you should pay that much money, you know?
I guess I kind of agree with the hypothetical she's setting up. If you had billions of dollars and you hoarded it, like you put it in your mattress or something, and you just stood on your mattress and jumped up and down and you said, ha ha, the buoyancy of the billions. But that's not, to my knowledge, again, I'm inexpert, that's not actually what billionaires do.
Yeah, I mean, I don't have a ton of experience with billionaires. I know a couple, and you're right. You know, I mean, I've not been to their bedrooms.
No.
And I've not been on their mattresses. But it's so simple to be able to judge a person by their bank account, large or small, and it's coming out of the same playbook. Why not blood type? Why not star sign? You know?
Right. There is a legitimate fear when you get a bunch of money. Yeah. That can do stuff to you. It can make you greedy, or frankly, it can make you prodigal. You know, that's another sin too. Of course, as you say, it makes you more of who you are, and if you've got a lot of vices, it can exacerbate those vices. Yeah. It doesn't have to.
Doesn't have to.
Maybe for those people it would. Maybe those people shouldn't be billionaires.
They're different than us.
So I just got yelled at for asking a very reasonable question. So I'm applying to go somewhere, and I just wanted to know, are there accommodations for people who struggle with time blindness and being on time, you know? And then the person I was with interrupted and acted like I was asking something else, and then when we were done, they actually started yelling at me and saying that accommodations for time blindness doesn't exist, and if you struggle with being on time, you'll never be able to get a job. And then they're like, your stupid generation wants to destroy the workplace. And yeah, I think that a culture where workers are just cut off because they struggle with being on time, when there's other solutions that we can look to, I think that just anybody who thinks it's okay to just treat people like that, yeah, that culture needs to be dismantled. And then I asked that person, how can you feel good about yourself upholding this kind of system? And then to think I'm entitled. No, if people think it's okay to treat others like this, that's entitlement.
She's basically saying that she has an ailment, a condition. She's suffering from time blindness. But the malady, as defined, was not so severe as to preclude her from showing up on time with her phone on time. hitting the correct button
Mm-hmm.
in a reasonable amount of time.
Yes.
Uploading her opinions in a timely fashion and then sharing them with the masses. So she appears able to function in the time-space continuum as we understand it.
Sometimes.
Sometimes.
Not all the time.
Not all the time.
If one is time blind, I might recommend one purchase an instrument called a wristwatch.
I got a little treat, like a present for you.
Yo, I'm sorry. Time blindness. I've never heard of that in my life. Yo, I've never heard of time blindness in my. I'm looking at it again. I've never heard of time blindness. Get a watch and use it. Or use your phone. Like, what is that? Can somebody in the comments break that down for me, please? You guys, this new generation keeps coming up with new stuff all the time, and I've never even heard of that. Have you guys heard of time blindness? No, I haven't. Back to the video.
Assuming you're not wrist sensitive.
You could be.
If you are wrist sensitive and time blind, then you're going to have to defer to some other sundials, I suppose.
Hey, Mac.
Whoa, whoa, whoa!
You want to buy a sundial?
Sundial, maybe. I think you got to check yourself into.
Let's bring them back.
Yes.
Right here, right now, let's start the movement. Bring back the sundial.
That would be very conservative, and it would solve a lot of that girl's problems. Next one.
All right, guys. So that's a wrap for this video. Yeah, I've learned a lot of new stuff. Time blindness, never heard of it before. But hey, look, if you guys have, let me know. And yeah, I definitely am a bit concerned. However, I want to see how things play out. I do not believe most people are like that. I do think it's the exception to the rule. I'm just being honest. Most everyday people you meet aren't like, oh, I'm time blind. You know what I mean? Like, that's not the case, right? Let's just be honest, right? But at the same time, you know, I don't even know. I just, a lot of the stuff in this video I have never heard. And is it unfortunate? Not really. It's just, you learn something new every day. But I really do hope that, you know, you guys watching this video, what you can take out of it is there's literally never been a time ever till right now to be successful. There are so many people that are lazy people that don't want to really win, right? That talk about it and don't put that action to it. So if that's you, well, hopefully that's not you, or she wouldn't be watching this video probably. I don't know. But don't be that guy or girl. Take action. 2025. First of all, Happy New Year to everybody. If I didn't say it already, I know it's been a couple days, but whatever. It's a new year. I really hope and wish everybody the best. Thank you guys so much for supporting my channel in 2024. This has been an amazing ride. You guys are like seriously life-changing, seriously, right? So, and I just want to say that from the bottom of my heart. I really do mean that. And another thing too is if you guys want, this is something I've been thinking about. If you guys want me to put together a time where we can all meet on Twitter Spaces or whatnot, leave it in the comment section below. Okay, drop in the comment section. Yeah, let's meet or whatever. I'm down for it. You know, I'd love to meet you guys because, you know, I see a lot of you continue and keep watching these videos, and that's why I'm making them. That's gonna be honest. Otherwise, I wouldn't make the videos, right? Anyway, guys, that's pretty much it. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you slap the like button and keep the subscribe button for more. Until next time, peace.